Hey, welcome to Pilates with Jen, and thanks for joining me today. Today I am bringing you an intermediate reformer flow, concentrating on our legs and our core. We are going to be using our Pilates ball as well as a resistance band. So I have a loop band that will be going around my thighs when we get to it. You can use any type of band, whether it be fabric, latex, silicone, whatever you have. We'll put that over to the side right now. I am on one red spring. I also have my long box on the carriage to begin. My straps are ready to go. One red spring is where we are going to stay for this whole flow. There will be no spring changes. So once you're ready, have everything gathered, go ahead, let's meet on the reformer. I'm going to go ahead, sit down on my long box with my feet onto the headrest. Now I'm just going to hold that ball in between my legs for a second, and I'm going to reach down and grab my straps. Now, whether you have one loop or you have two loops, we are going to be threading those straps over our knees. So whether you use the long or short is up to you. And then I like to make sure the clamps are on the outsides of my legs. Once the clamps are on the outside, that ball is going to come in between my legs. I'm going to sit myself up nice and tall. I'm sitting nice over my sitting bones. My abs are pulled in, my shoulders are back and down. Squeezing that ball, squeezing those inner thighs together. Our arms are going to reach long. From here, we're going to go ahead, we're going to roll ourselves down, tuck our tailbone. You want to scoop those abs, doesn't have to be far. Take an inhale, squeeze the ball. Exhale, roll yourself up. Again, so just warming up through that spine, through that core, rolling ourselves down just to get that nice scoop, keeping those shoulders down and away from those ears, squeezing the ball as you roll yourself up. Continue just like this, warming up into your breath and your movement, sinking as one, squeezing the ball, and coming right back up over those sitting bones. Let's go for 3. For 2, squeezing that ball, finding that inner thigh engagement, connecting to the abdominals through the inner thighs. Let's go for 1 more here. You're going to roll it down. Slowly roll it up, sitting up on top of those sitting bones. Relax those shoulders. From here, arms are still reaching long. We're going to roll ourselves back down into that scoop position. Now just find a comfortable position where you can hold those abdominals in, hold that scoop. Take your hands to prayer, elbows come wide, squeeze the ball. We're going to rotate towards the right, squeeze it to the center, rotate towards the left. This is a tiny, tiny twist of your waistline, just rotating around the spine. So some of these moves are the mighty small ones that you feel. The smaller they are, the mightier they are. Squeezing that ball, firing up that energy. Breathe it out. Let's go for 4. 3. Last 2. 1 more here. Right, center, left, center. Roll yourself on up. Excellent job. Let's go ahead, take the ball. I'm going to tuck my bottom, scooch my bottom all the way up. This ball we're going to bring towards the edge of the box, and we're going to find it right at about our bra line. Push down into that box, get yourself settled in. Drawing those abs in, you're going to find that scoop. Hands come behind the head. We're going to go ahead and lift that right leg to tabletop and lift it down. Draw those abdominals in, squeeze as you lift that leg up towards table and back down. So just alternating tabletop legs, pulling the legs towards your navel, keeping that scoop in your belly supported by that ball. Chin is slightly tucked. Think about drawing those abs in, squeezing everything tight as you bring that knee towards your chest, resisting the pullback. If you want more, you can bring opposite leg to opposite arm or opposite arm to opposite leg. Alternate your hands. If you really want more, you control the intensity. You can scoot yourself up and just keep alternating. We have 4. Keep those abs scoop. 3, shoulders plug down your back. 2, and 1. Go ahead, place that foot down. Take a big deep inhale. Hold that ball behind you and slowly roll yourself up. Great job. We're going to take that ball. It's going to come in between our knees again. Now my bottom is still staying towards the edge of this box. I'm going to lie myself down. I'm going to bring my legs to tabletop. My hands are going to come behind, support my neck. My chin is coming in towards my chest. Ball is squeezing in between my legs. If you need your head supported, move your bottom down and put your head resting on the box. We're squeezing that ball. From here, we're going to squeeze the ball down and lift. So toes are tapping down into the water. Squeeze and lift. Squeezing that ball, lowering and lifting. We're going to build the heat. We have 3 for 2. On this last one, I want you to tuck that chin, curl it up. Keep those abs that scoop. Let's pulse it for 8, 7, 6. Squeeze that ball a little more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead, release those legs, bring them on to the headrest. You can carefully allow yourself to come over that box. If your body likes back extension, open up that chest. Maybe even open up those shoulders, pressing down onto the box. Get a big chest opener here. 2 more breaths. And once you're ready, you can slowly come on up on that carriage, and you can go ahead, take that ball out from in between your knees, and we can unthread those straps from our legs. Hopefully your core is nice and warm. We're going to take these straps off. I am going to go ahead, hang them up on the pegs. I'm going to place the ball over to the side of my reformer just for right now, but keep it very close by. I'm now going to take my long box and turning it over into short box ways. All right, now check your red spring. We're not changing the springs, but if you make sure your one red spring is over to the side so that you can stand into your well. You are going to go ahead, climb up onto your carriage. You're going to take your loop band, and your loop band is going to come up around your knees up to your thighs. Once you have that loop band on, you're going to go ahead, stand yourself up. I'm going to start with my left foot back. My right foot is going down into the well. So I'm stepping into the well. My foot is coming onto the carriage. Now I'm going to lift the ball of my foot so my foot is pressing flat onto that box. Standing up nice and tall, hands are holding on to that foot bar now, sending those shoulders back and down. Your chest is proud to the wall in front of you. Bending down into that knee, coming into scooters. When you're ready, you're going to push that carriage out, resist it in. So coming long, keeping that straight line from your head to the tail, bending and extending that leg. Pressing it out. Now remember, the less you hold on, the more intense it becomes. Maybe take a finger off, but you're still keeping that chest proud. We're not rounding that spine. You're keeping those abs pulled in. Maybe take both hands off. Increase the challenge. Hands come to prayer. 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one, let's bring it in. Let's do little pulses in and out. Little pulses. Can you get lower? Remember the foot bar is here. We got 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Extend that carriage all the way out, and let's bring that carriage in. All right, we're gonna turn. I'm gonna turn to my left. This is where I'm gonna go ahead and grab my ball. My foot is gonna come up onto the box, coming facing you. We're coming into side scooters, so my foot is flat, but my outside of my foot is pressing into the box. Press that carriage out. Ball is coming into your chest, pressing the elbows wide. If you need to hold on, omit the ball. We're gonna come into outer thighs. You're gonna press the carriage out, resist it in. The lower you squat, the more intense. Push it out and in. If you feel okay here, remember you can hold on, squeeze the ball. If you feel safe here and you want a little bit more, next time you extend out, rotate to the foot bar, bring it back, bring the carriage in. So rotate and in, getting a little bit deeper into that outer thigh. Lower you squat. We got 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Yes, we have pulses. Let's pulse it out and out. Little pulses to the foot bar. Squeeze that ball. Can you squeeze that outside thigh and that glute? Push it out with that heel, that side of the foot. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it all the way in. Woo. And carefully turn back towards your foot bar and carefully go ahead, have a seat on to your box. All right, feeling that outside leg, especially with that increased challenge of that band. Ball is coming in between our knees. We are coming into a planking segment. Standing up on the carriage, arms are reaching long, heels are lifted. Shoulders are back and down. We're going to extend ourselves out to that plank. Now draw your shoulders up over those wrists. Find that long line. Squeeze that bottom. We're going to dip the hips to the left, to the right. We're just dipping the hips to the left and to the right. Left, right, left, right. We got 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. I want you to hold the hips towards the left. Now, option, feet stay, arms stay straight, feet come to the diagonal. You're gonna bend in and press out. In, I stopped with my left side because that's the leg we worked already. So stop towards the side of the leg you work, you're bending and pressing. If you want more, you can take the ball out, you can bring the foot on top, and you can bend and press to get deeper into it. So push it out. We got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead, bring those legs in and turn yourself back towards the foot bar. Go ahead, take a moment, stretch yourself out, traction stretch, and then again, that ball is coming in between your knees. Now, option to do, we're gonna do the same thing, but this time we're going over towards your opposite side. So I'm gonna go ahead, lift my heels, send my shoulders over, my wrist and push myself out. Hold yourself stable. You're going to drop to the right, bring it to center, left. Whichever way you're going, just drop. Remember, you're holding on that last one on the opposite hip that we just worked. Tilting to the left, tilting to the right. We got 4, 3, 2. This last one, you should be this side. You're going to turn your toes, squeeze that ball, bend the carriage in, push it out, working that oblique, bend and press. If you want more, take the ball out, come to the box, and you can bend and press. Push it in and out. You can even bring your hand to your side if you choose, depending how much work you want. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead, bend the carriage in and carefully come back towards the foot bar. Go ahead, sit yourself down. You can place that ball over to the other side, and we're going to do the scooter variations on the other side. So sending those shoulders back, grabbing on to my foot bar. I am going to come down. My left leg is now coming down to the floor. My right leg is going to be up against that box. I'm going to send my standing leg down, find that straight line from my tailbone to the crown of my head, send my shoulders back. We're going to extend and bend. Extend and bend. Remember, light grip onto that foot bar. If you're ready for the balance challenge, you can go ahead, release one hand. Maybe release both. Come to prayer. Can you get lower? We got 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. You're going to hold it, bring it halfway in, little pulses, in and out. Really concentrate into the belly of that muscle. Gaze is over the tip of your nose. Keep those abs pulled in, shoulders are down away from the ears. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Push it all the way out and bring it all the way in. Go ahead, come on up. Now I'm going to turn towards my right. This is where I'm going to grab the ball. My foot is coming towards the box. This outside part of my foot is going to be pushing. I'm pushing that box out. I'm going to get down into my squat. I'm going to try to keep my knee from bending towards the carriage. I'm going to try to push out on that knee. Remember, hold on to the bar to begin. Push it out and in. Lower you get, more intense. Lower and lift. Bend and extend. Sorry, not lower and lift. Push it out. Remember, if you feel okay, you can press that bar out. Remember, if you feel okay, you can let go of that foot bar, hold that ball, squeeze the ball. This is where we're going to add the twist. Twist towards the foot bar and in. Out, in. Remember, omit the twist, omit the ball, omit whatever you have to keep it your workout today. We got 6, 5, 4, 3, we got those pulses, 2, last one, little pulses twisting, little pulses out. You got this, breathe it out. Now we got 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hardest part, extend it all the way out and bring it all the way in. You can carefully put your ball away and carefully come up onto that carriage. Have a seat onto your box. Adjust your band if you need to. We are now going to turn around on our box. Knees are coming down onto the carriage. Ball is not needed here. Feet are coming to the platform. You can bring your elbows down to the box. Still have that booty band on here. We're gonna go into our second round of planks. And this time, when you're ready, you're gonna draw those abs in, send those shoulders down. We're coming into those knee hovers. So you're gonna lift those knees. I want you to pulse out on the bands for 3, 2, 1. Extend the carriage out and pull it in. Stay in this hover for 3, 2, 1. Press the carriage out and pull it in. 3, 2, 1. Extend the carriage out and pull it in. 4 more sets. 3, 2, 1. Extend it out and pull it in. 3, 2, 1. Out and in. 2 more. Be strong. Stay out of those shoulders. Stretch and bend. The last one. 3, 2, 1. Extend it out and pull it in. Drop those knees. Go ahead, sit your hips back. Send yourself into a shelf stretch for a moment. And then once you are here, we are carefully going to be coming off our box. Now I am taking this band off. We are done with this band. This band can go towards your platform. I'm going to just take my straps and drop them into the well so they're not in my way. My box is coming off and my box is coming towards the edge of my risers. You want to make sure that your box is stable in between the rails. And then you're going to come up, and this is how I like to get into this. So I'm going to sit on this box. You want to make sure you're stable. I'm going to bring my feet to the headrest. I'm going to slide my bottom down, and I'm going to lift my box. I'm going to lift my back onto this box. Now you want to shimmy yourself down so that your head is supported here, and you're going to bring your feet in front of those shoulder blocks, or you can bring them up on top of the shoulder blocks, depending on what works best for you in your reformer. Hands, I like to hold on to my tower. You, of course, can hold on to your bar or your box. Draw those abdominals in. We worked a lot of the legs, so now let's work the back and the glutes. So when you're ready, we're gonna take a big deep inhale. On that exhale, you're just gonna hinge your hips all the way down, squeeze the glutes, and lift. Again, drop the hips, lift the hips. So just feeling that extension between the back, and then dropping the hips, squeezing the glutes up at the top. Feels like a great hip opener as well, gives you lots of thoracic extension as you drop those hips low. We have 4, 3, 2, last one, hips come up. Go ahead now, drop your feet in front of the shoulder blocks, readjust yourself if you need to. Feet are onto the shoulder blocks. You're gonna walk your feet a little bit away towards the foot bar. Arms are reaching long, your head is completely supported, your abs are pulled in. Coming into hamstrings, pull the carriage towards you, resist it out. Pull it in and out. Pull in, out. Use that breath. I'm exhaling as I pull the carriage towards my glutes. We got 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead, release that carriage, Walk your feet back onto those shoulder blocks and drop your hips if it feels good for your body. Just sway them from side to side for a moment. Coming into round two. Feet are either on the headrest or on the shoulder blocks. You're going to externally rotate your feet. So your feet are coming out to a diagonal. Going to work a little bit of the outer glute and inner thigh. Abs are pulled in, connected to that rib cage. Your shoulders are soft and away from your ears. You're going to drop the hips down. You're going to squeeze and lift. Drop them down and lift. So you're really squeezing, pressing down and up. Squeezing those glutes up at the top, pulling those abdominals in and up. We got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead, rotate those feet back to parallel. Take a moment, drop those hips if you need to, swag them side to side. And then you're gonna go ahead for the last and final round. You're gonna place your feet onto that mat. Feet are gonna come into an external rotation, possibly a frog, whatever works for you. When you're ready, draw those abdominals in, tuck, squeeze the glutes. Pull towards your midline, resist it out. Pull, resist. We're not staying here for too long. This is a hard one. We got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead, release that carriage. Turn your feet, and carefully, I like to take my foot onto the floor and just carefully help myself up. All right, let's stretch those hamstrings out. I'm gonna move my box just a little bit closer, sit back on top of that box. Place your feet on top of the shoulder blocks. Now, if your legs are not long enough, I still think I need to come a little closer. Just by all means, move your feet up. Sitting up nice and tall on those sitting bones. Abs are pulled in. You have a straight line from the tail to the crown of your head. Your gaze is over your nose. You're gonna take your hands, you're gonna slide them down. Keep that chest proud. Hinge yourself over. Maybe grab those toes, flex those toes. Keep that chest proud. Gaze over the tip of your nose. Really just stretching out those hamstrings. Just staying here a moment, trying to get the back to release, get those hamstrings to release. Let's go for 3 more breaths. For 3, 2, and 1. Carefully walk those legs back up. Come sitting up over your sitting bones. Next option, we're gonna stretch that glute out. So you're gonna take one leg, cross it over the other leg to that figure 4, push into that bottom foot, and really push down onto that leg, that knee, to open up that hip. You can hinge yourself forward as well if you want it a little bit deeper. Option 2, if you want a little bit more, you can come into a standing pigeon. You can bring your foot on the box. You can stand up. And again, if you want more, you can hinge yourself over to get yourself a little bit deeper into it. All right, let's go over to the other side. I'm just going to show you the first option on the other side. So sitting down now I'm going to take my right leg, cross it over my left, push into my foot, and try to push down on that leg, getting deeper in to that outside of that hip and that glute. And then you also have the option of coming to pigeon pose, which this is my bad hip, so we shall see how this goes. Okay, that feels okay. So opening it up, I'm still twisting. So I have limited range of motion on this outside of my glute. I had 2 corrective surgeries here and I just refuse to have another one. So we're just gonna go ahead, lean ourselves forward. And then carefully go ahead, bring that foot down. And we have finished our workout. I hope you enjoyed this quick but effective lower body, legs, and core. And until next time, I'll meet you on the Reformer. Bye.